What's up, y'all? It's Brandon, and I'm back at it with another video. We are here to discuss Baddies, episode 12. Here we go. All right, so to start off, this episode was really a bunch of nothing. I'm like, what's going on with this show? What's happening? Like, it used to be so entertaining, you know, it was going up, and now I'm gonna say since Baddies Caribbean, because Baddies Caribbean was okay, you know, it was more entertaining than this one, but it was like Baddies Caribbean when they were starting to decline. Okay, this one's definitely a little worse than Baddies Caribbean. This one definitely is. So I don't know what's happening. But let's get into it. Okay, so first is Jayla, Rolly, Natalie, and Scotty, and they're discussing the whole, you know, like moving of the names. Who moved the names? Who did it? And this discussion real unproductive. It's just a whole bunch of lack of accountability because Natalie, knew damn well that she did it. And to Ivory, she was like, oh, it was all of us. But she knew from the jump it was her. We saw all the types, all the footage. We saw her pick up the name and switch them like that. Like, girl, what's going on? So, and I didn't like how she's trying to be like, oh, why? I guess we can't do pranks. I guess we just can't. What? And my thing is, like, y'all know exactly how Ivory is. Y'all know how she gets down, right? Y'all knew exactly what you were doing bringing her from Now That's TV, okay? So I don't know why everyone's so surprised that she want to fight. She want to get her lick back. She want to fight every single day. Like, look at the network she came from. That's what she was doing. Y'all see them? They fight to the death. They really fight. The Baddies fight, but Now That's TV, they gets down. So I'm just like, what are they all so surprised for? Why are they all so scared? Because they don't want them hands. That's what it really is. They don't want them Now That's TV South Central hands. They don't want it. So they acting scared. But I'm like, Natalie, you supposed to be the boss. You know what I'm saying? You should have owned up to that from the jump. Yeah, it was me. I did it. If she want to run it, I'm like, why is it that they can't fight Natalie no more? Like, what's going on? What's going on with that? Oh, actually, probably because when Rolly tried to fight her, wasn't she at the reunion or whatever that was? Wasn't she like, oh, you're fired, you know, trying to pull rank? So that's probably why they can't really whoop on Natalie. But honestly, I'm like, Natalie, we would have way more respect for you if you would just get in there. If you would just get in there with the girl, because just like everybody else, you keep popping it. And you can't be popping it if you ain't got the hands to back it up, girl. What's really going on? What's going on? So then they're talking about it, you know, whatever. Next scene. Then it's Emma, Big Lex, Jazz, and Pretty Pete, right? And they're discussing how everything went down. You know, Jazz like, oh, I didn't like Summer snatching my chain. And yeah, that was fucked up. But I'm like, for entertainment purposes, for television purposes, that shit was hilarious. I was cracking up. The way she was trying to get it. And the way you see Jazz tuck that shit so fast, like, that shit was funny. But yeah. And then, you know, Big Les was saying how, like, you know, oh, Jazz, you should have just, you know, soaked up your moment for getting the chain. You shouldn't have to try to, you know, have Pretty P be a part of your moment. I'm like, okay, I see where she was coming from with that. But at the end of the day, she gonna do what she wanna do. So, I mean, you know what I'm saying. And she was getting real bold in them confessionals talking about she only relevant because of Summer. Talking about Jazz only relevant because of Summer. Because she know, she got kind of mad when Jazz was like, oh yes, I got this, I got that. She's like, girl, you always talking about what you got, but you only relevant because of Summer. Ooh. But I'm like, why y'all be doing this in the confessionals and don't be having this energy face to face? What's the issue with that? What's that? So the next scene, Ivory, what's her name? Diamond the Body and Tigabella, okay? So then they're also discussing, so everyone's just talking about this shit. Everyone is talking about the motherfucking name switch. I'm like, this shit took like 20 motherfucking minutes for this whole conversation. So then they're discussing it, and Tinkerbella and Diamond are trying to, like, you know, hints. They're trying to drop hints. Are you not picking them up? They're trying to drop hints that, oh, have you thought about it being Natalie? Like, don't you think it could have been Natalie? Like, you know, you're not really connecting the dots here. And she just all off the bat, oh no, it's not her, it's not her, it's not her. I feel like she know it's her, but she, like, you know, I can't really whoop her ass like how I want to whoop her ass, because she know what would happen. She's like, you know, she probably gonna get kicked off the show. She really whoop on Natalie. So I feel like she doing this for pretend, like, oh, it wouldn't be her, it wouldn't be her. I don't know. That's what I think. Cause it's like, girl, what? Why wouldn't it be? Just like how they were saying, why wouldn't it be? Like, come on now, like, let's really connect those dots here. But then, you know, if we really want to look at it from that other perspective, if she really don't think it's Natalie, then it's like, who, like, come on now, who else do you think it really could be? And maybe she don't think Natalie, because maybe behind the scenes Natalie could have, you know, helped her. Maybe she's grateful for her opportunity being on Baddies. I don't know what it could be, but it's like, girl, it's very obvious. It's Natalie at her big grown age. It's Natalie. What? And she want to fight Big Lex every day. I feel like she really want to fight Big. The only reason why she want to fight Big Lex every day is because she can't really whoop Big Legs, and I think that's really getting to her. It's really tickling her spirit. It's really bothering her and her homegirls that she can't whoop on Big Legs the way, you know, she really wants to. And I'm like, didn't Big Legs give her like a few knots? Yeah, she gave her a few knots, and I bet you she's still like, nah, she got me fucked up. But I'm like, Big Legs, she's also like an athlete, right? So I mean, she stamina, and she got reach, and she tall. So I'm like, she definitely has those advantages, and she definitely be putting them to use. She do. So then, you know, they get on the bus on the way. Ooh, it's wrapping around my foot. So then they get on the bus on the way to Wildin' Out, right? And that's when Tinkerbella, Diamond, you know, Pretty P. So basically, last episode, when Diamond got kicked, when she got judo kicked in her stomach, it turned out to be Pretty P's sister. And Pretty P was like, oh, I didn't tell her to come here. Like, she drove all the way from Milwaukee. I didn't tell her to do that. She young, you know, she 18 or whatever. And I'm like, okay, like, you know, she ain't tell us to do that. But I'm like, how did she know where y'all were at? Like, how did she know where y'all were at? Why was she there? Did she just happened to be there when y'all happened to leave? Like, she just happened to, like, come on now, like, that was just, and she just happened to get Diamond, like, she happened to be, that was like, come on now, that was just perfect. That's a little coincidental, if you ask me. Okay, so basically, like, I didn't like how Tinkerbella was trying to be like, oh, it's not enough that Pretty P's 18-year-old sister went to jail. That's not enough. We gotta do more. We gotta get our revenge. Girl, calm down. It's not that serious. Especially if she really did already, like, go to jail. But Pretty P was saying she didn't go to jail, but we really don't know. At the same time, like, girl, what? It was a little judo kick. She's got a little judo kick to the stomach. She'll be all right. She's had way worse. Okay, longer lasting damage. She's had way worse. So it's like, why are you worried about that? Like, relax. And we saw the kick. It wasn't that bad. I understand she leaped over, really just started banka banka booga banka on her head. Like, I would understand that, but for that little kick, no. And two, it's like, let's hear from Diamond about what she wants to do. Let's hear from her, girl, because you getting all mad for her. And what if she's like, girl, I'm gonna just let it go? I'm like, what? It's not that serious. So then they get to Wildin' Out. And I'm like, all right, let's see how this goes. Y'all saw it. What? I want my money back. That's what their performance gave. I want a refund. That's what it gave. Refund, refund, refund. Because what? Like, everything was just super sexual, and it didn't even make sense. It didn't even make sense. It wasn't like sexual and funny, like, oh, like, you know, that was kind of freaky, but you really did that shit like that. I was like, that shit was hella fucking funny, but it wasn't none of that. It just wasn't. It just didn't make sense. Scotty getting on stage, y'all saw it. And before this episode, I saw the clips on TikTok, and I was like, oh. But then I'm like, nah, like, you know, maybe it's not that bad, you know, because sometimes y'all be doing the most on TikTok. Like, so, you know, sometimes y'all really be dragging it. So I'm like, you know, maybe it's not that bad, but it definitely was that bad. It really was. I'm like, oh, I'm cringing. Like, this is just, oh, what? Y'all should have kept that in the drafts. Like, why did y'all even air that? And I'm just thinking earlier in the episode, how Natalie was like, oh, yes, it's really such a great opportunity for the baddies, and y'all ruined it. Y'all messed up that opportunity. You're not coming back to Wildin' Out after that mess. What? Scotty talking about some, you can, oh, you know, I got the bag. You know, I got my own place, you know, hitman. So, you know, you can come over to my place, or you can bloop in my, what? Come to my place, or bloop in my, you know, like, in her. What? And the whole crowd's like, crickets. It's crickets. It's crickets. Like, it's giving that one SpongeBob meme. Y'all know they're all sitting at the table. And that performance, somebody was performing. Who was this? Quick, where? SpongeBob, one of them motherfuckers. Oh, brother, this guy stinks. That's exactly what each performance was given. It was just terrible. Arkbar getting on stage, you know, same thing, talking about slurping the skin off his schlong. Like, what? Moaning all in the mic, all up on him. I'm like, this is just too much. No, please. Back up. Like, oh my God, I would have been scared. Just, ooh. It's just, no. And then when Tinkerbella came on stage, I'm like, okay, because Tinkerbella, you know, she funny. Real charismatic. I'm like, okay, she might help him out. You know, 1 point for the baddies. She might really help him out. No. Same formula, super sexual, didn't really make sense. Talking about something about colors, orange and blue, and I don't know. It just, Jaden performed her song. Just, it was a mess. But then they get to the confessionals. Oh yeah, the baddies motherfucking killed it. You know, we was turned up. The crowd loved us. Yes. No, they was lying. That's lying. Why were they lying through their teeth like that? Lying. So then after that, you know, they went to the club. There was a little after party or whatever, I guess. And then that was it. Like, I'm like, they need to do something about these episodes. Like, something needs to change. Something, come on now. I need the tea. I need the juice. I need these to get more interesting. I really do, because it's slacking. Like, I don't want to do this anymore. I really don't. Like, come on now. But I'ma still tune in. You know, I'ma still tune in next week and see what's given, because next week is looking real good. Like, next week is looking like it's really going. I'm like, ooh. Yeah. I'm like, Summer versus Slim. Because she's like, Summer like, oh, you need to get up out of here. Slim like, I'm not going nowhere. They start duking it out. Like, all this chaos. I just thought about the way the security guard trying to push Anna through the crowd, because something was going on. Anna all like, eyes hella big, just traumatized, just scared, just traumatized. I'm like, what's going on? So we'll see, because next week looks pretty interesting. I'm like, because we need something, y'all. We need something, okay? It's just not, I don't know. I'm like, come on now, y'all. We need something. Like, the arguments, the beef is just not organic. Okay, you go to the club all the time. Okay, yeah, they did something different. Okay, they went to Wild 'N Out, and that the thing is that could have been really cool. Like that could have really helped. But no, like y'all need to do some more. You're like y'all need to do something in the house. Like let's see a game of tag. Maybe a little four corners, you know, maybe y'all can do some baddie backflips, you know, like some you know, like something. Like, come on now, y'all. Like, give me like something, please. So we're gonna see. You know, hopefully they figure it out. We'll see what happens next week. Looks very interesting. And also, I'm like, when are we gonna get this the episode with Tommy with the bunny bear, teddy bear, and it had the BB in it? Like, when do we get that? Okay, because that's what I'm waiting to see. That is what I am waiting to see. But all right, y'all, that's it. I will see y'all next time. All right, y'all have a great one. Peace and blessings. Peace and blessings. Bye.